There's a really good chance you have this app on your phone right now. But what's interesting is that it's so much more than a way to send money. It's actually a playbook, and it's quietly reshaping the entire world of finance. So today, we're going to break down the strategy, the tech, and the unbelievable scale of CashApp.
Yeah, you see this green logo everywhere, right? I mean, it's pretty much the symbol for instant payments. But behind that super simple design is a really deliberate, really calculated story of growth. It's a fintech strategy that has completely changed the game for consumer finance. So this is the big question we're tackling. How does an app that started out just for, splitting a dinner bill turn into a financial powerhouse that manages hundreds of billions of dollars? And the answer? Well, it's not just luck. It's a total masterclass in modern business strategy.
Okay, so to really get the Cash App of today, we have to look back at its journey. This thing was not an overnight success. It was built piece by piece, super strategically, with every single new feature designed to pull you deeper and deeper into its financial world.
This timeline really shows you how methodical they were. Back in 2013, it had one laser-focused job: simple peer-to-peer payments. That's it. By 2015, cash tags opened the door to businesses. And then bam, 2018 was a huge game changer. Adding Bitcoin wasn't just another feature, it was a move to grab a whole new investment-focused audience. Every step was intentional, all leading to their goal for 2025, to bank the base and basically become the main financial account for all their users.
All right, so if its main feature is free, how on earth is Cash App making billions in revenue? This is where the genius of their fintech model really shines. It's not about charging you for that first simple transaction.
This slide just lays out their playbook perfectly. Step 1, get millions and millions of users by offering a free, super fast service that solves a real problem. Then, once you've got this massive audience on your platform, you hit them with step 2, monetize. You build a whole ecosystem of financial services around them, turning all those free users into revenue. And here's exactly how they do it. Every one of these is built around either convenience or access. You need your money right now? Okay, that's an instant deposit fee. You use the Cash App card for your daily coffee? They get a tiny cut from that. Want to trade some Bitcoin or take out a small loan? They make that possible for a fee. It's this whole web of optional, high-margin services that sits on top of that free foundation.
Now, none of this works without some seriously powerful and innovative tech. The real secret here isn't just about moving money around. It's about using data and AI to build services that old-school banks, well, they just can't compete with.
This is so important. Cash App has a live, real-time view of its users' money, where it comes from, where it goes, how often it moves. That data, that's the gold mine. It's the foundation for all of their most innovative products.
And this brings us to a really fascinating use of their tech. I mean, for millions of people who are kind of ignored by traditional banks, getting a small loan is almost impossible if you don't have a great FICO score. Well, Cash App is changing that whole game.
And here's the massive difference. The old way looks at your past using static things like a FICO score. But Cash App's AI model, it looks at your present. It analyzes real-time data, like how steady your paychecks are, your spending habits, even just how often you use the app to build this dynamic, living picture of your financial health. And that lets them make way smarter, more inclusive lending decisions, all powered by AI.
Okay, let's talk scale. Because it's one thing to have a clever model, but it's another thing to execute it at the level Cash App has. The numbers are, and I'm not exaggerating, just staggering.
58 million. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's not how many people downloaded the app. That's the number of people actively sending or receiving money every single month. This is not some niche fintech app. This is a mainstream financial tool for a massive chunk of the US population, easily rivaling some of the biggest banks.
And inside that huge user base, you've got 26 million people actively using the Cash App card. This is such a critical number because it shows how they've gone from just a P2P app to a daily financial tool. This is someone who's not just sending cash to a friend. They're getting their paycheck deposited and then spending it, all inside the Cash App world.
So what's the result of all that engagement? This. Over $283 billion flowed into the Cash App ecosystem in just 1 year. To put that into perspective, that's a volume of money that makes it a major player in the entire US financial system. This isn't just an app anymore. It's a full-blown economic engine.
And of course, you see this massive scale reflected in the app stores. Being number one isn't just for bragging rights, it creates this snowball effect of growth. It cements its place as the default go-to financial tool for millions of people.
So when you put all these pieces together, the smart evolution, the two-step business model, the AI-powered tech, and that insane scale, what do you get? It's so much more than just a collection of features. What CashApp is building is something fundamentally new. Probably the best way to think about it is this: a consumer finance operating system. Just imagine one central hub for your entire financial life. Sending, spending, storing, investing, it's all baked into a single smooth experience that's built for the speed of your phone, not the hassle of a traditional bank.
I love this quote from a market analysis because it just nails their strategy. It's not about trying to copy a bank branch and stick it on your phone. It's about being faster, more intuitive, and just deeply woven into how we live our digital lives. Speed, that's the killer feature.
And that really leaves us with one last big question. As millions of people, especially younger generations, start using platforms like this as their main financial hub, we might just be watching the slow reinvention of the bank account itself. Is this simple green logo the blueprint for the future of our money? It's definitely something to think about.